Hello everybody and welcome back to Jeff Plays Ace Academy. This is episode 11. I am recording this pretty much directly after episode 10 because I was so excited to see what Kaori has to say about anime. So without further ado, let's get back into this episode and play the game. Really? Oh, she was supposed to read that line. My bad, guys. What's so hard to believe about me liking anime, huh? You said the exact same thing. Kaori blushes in embarrassment.
I guess we were both making unfair assumptions.
Oh, so you didn't think I liked anime either? Well, let me tell you something, lady. I love anime. I do nothing but watch. Okay, I'm exaggerating now. I do other things besides watch anime, but I do watch anime for a bulk of my time. So, let's continue. She looks at her gear before facing me again.
So, which is your favorite ranger?
Go, go, Power Rangers! Her speech is halted as if she's too embarrassed to even ask the question. Justice, knowledge, emotion, power, honor. Let's see. Our intelligent side is telling us knowledge. Maybe I should go with knowledge. Knowledge. Tame, the Ranger of Knowledge.
The Ranger of Knowledge! He was always integral to solving the mysteries.
Oh my god, I can't believe I get to see her lighten up like that. This is so cute. I never thought I'd see the day when I'm smiling and talking with her about anything but, you know, her bashing me. I stare at Kaori in surprise. I don't think I've ever seen her so animated. And I agree with you, MC. That was the cutest reaction I've ever seen Kaori have. She blinks at me astonished. She blinks at my astonishment before her face reddens.
Well, I mean, if you're into that.
What are you trying to hide? I know you like anime, okay? I let out a chuckle. Kaori smiles. Aw, you know, I think we're really starting to connect here. You know, we're starting to finally understand each other. Oh man, this is great. I'm glad I was able to learn something new about you. Her cheek reddens even further.
Don't make it sound like that.
Sound like what? I'm getting to know you better. Is that a bad thing? She shuffles her feet and avoids my gaze.
But it is a little nice knowing you like anime too.
Yeah, I do like anime. I like it a lot. Speaking of anime, have you guys been watching, what was that new anime called Konosuba Season 2? And then there's another one that I found pretty funny, although I think a lot of people would give me flack for it. I think it's called Masamune-kun no Revenge. I just started watching those two today, and they are freaking funny as heck. I can't wait to see what the rest of this anime season brings for me. We spend more time together at the hangar before she has to head out for her classes. Yuna is already waiting for me at the library. A tablet with the SBA logo is clutched in her hand. She smiles and breathes a sigh of relief when she sees me.
Oh, good. You're still wearing your uniform. I forgot to tell you yesterday to wear it, and remembered too late to text you.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I wasn't going anywhere from school anyway, so I would have had the uniform worn regardless. Oh, I was so preoccupied on what I would say today that I forgot to think about what I'd wear. No worries. I hope my voice sounds more confident than I feel. Yuna notices the waver in my voice. She places a hand on my shoulder. The heat of her hand soothes my nerves and I relax a little bit.
Okay, well, are you ready to go?
Yeah. She starts towards the bus stop when I stop her. I can drive us.
Are you sure?
Most definitely. It's not a problem. Yeah, let's go. She follows me into the parking lot and to my bike. Without a second thought, I hop on, but Yuna hesitates. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't know you had a motorcycle and not a car.
She gingerly slides onto the onto the bike. Once she's settled, we speed off. Yuna directs me where to go and eventually tells me to park in front of an impressive building. It's narrow but shoots straight into the sky, cutting through the clouds. Skyscraper. As we walk in, a perky receptionist greets us from behind her desk.
Welcome to WorkTap Corporation. How may I help you?
Why do I feel like I've heard this voice in Nikki's Besties before? Yuna steps forward.
I'm Yuna Misaki from Ace Academy's SBA. We have an appointment with Mr. Takeda.
The receptionist smiles and gestures to the empty chairs.
Of course. If you'll please take a seat, he'll be with you shortly.
As soon as we take our seats, the receptionist types a rapid sequence into her computer, then drags the documents from her monitor onto her tablet and disappears into the hall in the back. I glance at Yuna. She's meticulously going over her notes. Are you nervous? She thinks for a minute.
Not as much as I thought I'd be. Are you?
I'm either really nervous or really hungry. Nobody can resist these pearly whites. Nerves are like feelings, they don't exist. I feel like I like going for like the middle ones because they seem like the most joking kind. And I think a joking personality kind of fits me more. So I'm gonna go with nobody can resist these pearly whites. Nah, I've got my secret weapon.
What's that?
I flash her a smile. One look at me, and she'll be hooked.
We're meeting with a man.
Okay. I freeze as I run the scenario in my head. It could still work. Yuna chuckles. Well, at least I kind of calmed her down a bit more. I like that. The receptionist comes back and gestures for us to follow her. Her ponytail bounces behind her and she walks briskly down the hall and directs us into a spacious office. Doesn't he kind of look like that guy that was with Kaori? Except, in a suit right now? A portly older man sits behind an old-fashioned mahogany desk. His jowls wiggle as he offers us seats, which we both take. The walls are painted white, but one wall has a translucent screen with Yuna's SBA submission packet project on it. His chair squeaks in protest as he leans forward to greet us.
Miss Misaki, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, Mr. Takeda. I'd like to introduce my associate.
I'm Jeff Gamings. It's nice to meet you. He nods in acknowledgement while Yuna continues.
He is here to represent his team at Ace Academy.
And you are in need of a sponsor.
Yes, sir. He waves a hand towards the wall and shuffles the data on there.
As you can see, Miss Misaki did a detailed job of describing you and your team in your application. But I'd like to hear from you. Tell me about yourself.
I've always had an interest in gear. I like long walks on the beach. What's there to tell? Well, although I love to joke, this is not one of those situations, and even I can pick up on that. I'm not that socially inept. I've always had an interest in gear. I grew up in the world of gears and knew from an early age that I wanted to be a pilot. While a student at CINY, I began my program in piloting and earning top marks in all my classes. I recently transferred and tested into the pilot program at Ace Academy, where I'm pursuing my degree in piloting.
As a transfer student, that's not an easy program to test into.
He sounds impressed.
Tell me, out of all your other options, why did you choose Warp Tech Corporation?
You're the best around. Money, 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 money. I didn't. Oh boy. Well, I wouldn't say money, 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 money because, like I said, this would be the funny choice and I would only say this in front of my friends. I didn't would sound like I'm uninterested and I don't want to come off as someone who's not interested in what they're providing because you want to show that you have some initiative and some interest in what they're doing in order to cater to their, I don't want to say whims, but it just makes them feel like they're more important and it feels like you're more invested in them. So I'm going to say you're the best around. It was an easy decision. Warp Tech Corporation sets the standard for gear weaponry. I read all about your latest announcement of the advancement in particle technology. Same output on beam weaponry while reducing core usage by 15%. None of your competitors have made a breakthrough like this yet.
There has also been some controversy over that release.
Some are saying using the new technology will affect the longevity of a weapon, but there's no proof of that yet. I prefer to see evidence than believe rumors. He nods.
It's refreshing to see a young person keeping up to date with the latest releases.
I think I detect a hint of approval in his voice.
Okay, and why should Warp Tech Corporation choose you? In other words, what sets you apart from the competition?
Ooh. We're a breath of fresh air. My team is half woman. I'm international. I feel like I'm international was like a Friends reference. She's international! My team is half women. I don't know what that has to do with any of our conversation right now. I think where a breath of fresh air comes best. I think like the first top ones are all the ones that you should usually say at an interview. And all the other ones are just kind of joke answers that you kind of feel for, I don't know, a reaction. So we're a breath of fresh air. As a new team, we aren't so set in our ways that we stifle creativity. We're not afraid to try new strategies we think will benefit the team, and we're receptive to feedback. That said, we're also acutely aware of our abilities. We work well together because we are upfront with each other, not only about our strengths, but also about our weaknesses, and we use that knowledge to our advantage. I sneak a peek at Yuna, who looks pleased. Mr. Takeda seems to appreciate my answer as well.
Well, I think I've heard enough for now. Miss Misaki, do you have a copy of your team's qualifier transcripts?
Yes, of course.
She flips on her tablet and flicks a document onto the projected wall. The interview seems to be going well. I glance at Yuna, who smiles encouragingly at me. Mr. Takeda takes a quick glance on the file and then frowns.
Your team is only ranked 21?
Yes, sir. He sighs and turns off the projection.
You seem generally passionate about your team and your studies, and perhaps if the circumstances were different we would consider your candidacy. Unfortunately, Warp Tech only accepts teams who are ranked within the top 10 from Ace Academy.
As I'm still processing the rejection, Yuna protests on my behalf.
Mr. Takeda, couldn't you make an exception? You said yourself that if rank weren't a factor, his team would be a strong candidate. A representation by you would make a significant difference in their growth and development, and their success reflects positively on you and your company.
Yeah, what she said.
I'm sorry, Miss Misaki. I do believe with skills like his, he will find a sponsor. Just not with us.
Wow. What a... How can I put this nicely? What a D-bag.
Won't you even give him a chance?
Miss Misaki, I'm sure you understand the image that we have built and what would happen to that image if we stop recruiting from the top 10. I thank you very much for your interest in us and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Is it endeavors or endeavors? His voice has a hard edge of finality. He gestures towards the door, then returns his attention to his desk. All pretenses dropped, Yuna storms out of the office while I follow calmly behind. Disappointment makes my feet feel heavy. After we leave the building, Yuna whirls to face me.
What? A hypocrite! How can his company promote taking risks when he won't take any himself? I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's okay. It was a long shot anyways. Even though we didn't get the sponsorship, I still appreciate you helping me out.
Don't give up just yet. I will get you a sponsor.
I'm not sure how far positive thinking will get us. Leaving less to the imagination might work out in our favor. Let's be realistic. They all sound like such downer answers. I don't know what to pick. Why do I have to pick 3 bad answers? None of them describe how I would approach this problem. So I guess we'll go with not sure how far positive thinking will get us. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuna, but I'm gonna have to say this because I don't think any of the other ones are good either, and they're equally bad in my opinion at this very moment. I like your enthusiasm, but I'm not sure that alone will get us, well, will help us find a sponsor. She looks at me blankly. Without waiting for me to answer, she hops on the back of my bike. I get on after her and start the engine. Yuna is quiet the entire ride back to the campus. When we arrive, she gives me a hurried goodbye and rushes off, leaving me wondering just what she had planned. Well, sitting here and stewing in my thoughts isn't productive. I have some time before I need to go home. Maybe someone will be free. So I can either go with Sho or Valerie. I'm sorry, Broske or Brosef, that's your name, Brosef. But I feel like viewers would like to see more Valerie. So I'm gonna go with Valerie. And if I'm proven wrong, then sorry, viewers. As I'm passing by the quad, I spot a familiar blonde head waving me over. Valerie sits cross-legged on the grass with a sketch pad in her lap. Across from her is a male student holding a basic pose with his hands on his waist. As I approach, he eyes me suspiciously, but is careful not to move. Valerie passed the space next to her, so I sit down. What are you doing?
Practicing my nudes.
Nude?
The model shifts out of place, but Valerie stops him.
Hey, don't move.
He seems uncertain, but resumes his position. Valerie returns her attention to me.
Wanna see?
I can clearly see it's not a nude, so I'm not sure where she's going with this. Sure?
Whoa, wait!
The student breaks from his pose and practically leaps towards Valerie's sketchbook. As he looks at this drawing, he sighs in relief.
It's not a nude. Oh.
Of course not. You're clothed.
Yeah?
I asked you to model because I wanted to draw you exactly as I saw you. If I wanted you nude, we'd most likely be in my bedroom.
I repeat, I love her character. Very, very to the point of what I expect from Valerie right now. The model turns bright red as she speaks.
Is that what you want? Because we could do that.
She shakes her head.
No, I wanted a live model in the quad to capture the sunset.
Then let me get back to my pose.
Valerie sighs, then pouts.
No, it's too late. We've missed the light. This is ruined.
Sorry. Maybe we can do this another time? I can give you a call.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have a phone.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh.
You don't have a phone. Wait, but what about that phone number you gave me? Is what I would say, but I know she's trying to avoid the guy right now, so let's not be stupid.
Yeah, I just moved here and I haven't gotten all of that set up yet.
I can help you out with that if you want.
That's so sweet. But I already have someone who's helping me out.
She smiles at me and puts a hand on my arm. What's happening? Play along. I'm not going to be any part of this. I'm going to play along because I like messing around with Valerie. She's a fun gal. I grin at her. That's right. In fact, that's what we were planning on doing this evening. She doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, I was supposed to find him after we were done here, but someone's a little early.
I just couldn't stay away. I place a hand over hers romantically.
Aww.
Never mind, I'd better get going.
Oh, the poor dude. I've never been in his shoes before, but I kind of feel bad for him based off all the animes I've watched. He turns away before we can say anything.
Bye.
Valerie waves at his retreating form. Once he's out of view, she sits back down and discards the half-finished drawing, then flips to a fresh page. You gave me your number. I know you have a phone.
Obviously. Who doesn't have a phone?
Wow. Why'd you tell the guy you didn't? She ignores me.
Go stand over there and strike a pose.
What?
I need you to model for me.
How about you model for me and I draw you? Nudes preferably, obviously. I call this blue steel. Yo, that's like a Zoolander reference right there. Posing is lame. Unleashing my inner sexy beast. Strike a heroic pose. I will not go with the Zoolander one. Instead, I will say, unleash my inner beast. Inner sexy beast, my bad. Let's do this. Once she sees what I've got in store for her, she'll forget all about sketching and will want to do other things. I get on my feet and flash her an intimate yet smoldering gaze. Smoldering glaze. She's taken aback and quickly averts her eyes. Can't say I'm surprised. She falls silent as she begins to sketch me. The quiet adds weight to her gaze, and I begin to feel self-conscious every time she looks at me. I decide to break the silence with the first thing I think of. So, have you given any more thought to our class assignment?
What about it?
I think going out and exploring the city will be fun.
Me too. I've never been to Japan before.
You know, I've realized something. We kind of ditched Yuna on our project. How is she not mad at me right now? For some reason, that surprises me. What made you decide to come to Ace? She hesitates, which also surprises me. She's usually lightning fast with her retorts.
I've always wanted to come to Asia. And Ace has a great engineering program. It was the perfect opportunity for me to leave France.
Aren't there other comparable schools in Europe? I know Germany has a strong program too.
Yeah, but what's the point of staying so close to home? Everything back there is the same. I want to study engineering, of course, but I also want to experience life.
I kind of wish I had her mindset when I was picking out my college. I kind of picked close by because I thought it was safe and it was definitely a lot cheaper. And without dorming fees, I mean, like, I paid off all my student loans already. You know, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, at the same time, I see the advantages and disadvantages of both. But I definitely wish I went, studied abroad. If not even abroad, just outside of the city.
That's why I'm excited for this foreign exchange class.
I see.
What about you? Have you ever been to Japan before?
Yeah, I'm half Japanese. She looks back up at me and stares for a long moment, then grins.
Yes, I can tell.
But I've never really seen Isokaze before.
So, that means we'll be sharing new experiences together.
And many more to come, right? Yeah, I guess so. A soft smile plays at her lips, but she's quiet again. After a few more minutes, she drops her pencil and offers me her sketch pad.
Okay, what do you think?
Hey, this looks just like me. She laughs.
You don't have to sound so surprised.
How did you finish so quickly?
It's just a rough sketch. Nowhere near done.
Even so, it's pretty detailed. Your shading brings the sketch to life. You've even used the softened negative space to draw the viewer's eyes to the portrait.
What?
I point to what I'm talking about. See here and here.
Oh, I see what you mean. I don't think about this stuff when I draw. I just draw what I see.
Have you been drawing for a long time? She nods.
I doodled all the time as a kid. I used to draw on the walls at home.
I bet your mom loved that. She looks away, then shrugs.
I've never had lessons or anything, if that's what you mean. I just like to draw.
Well, you've got a talent for it. She smirks.
Maybe one day I'll show you some of my other talents.
Ho ho ho, I'm looking forward to it, little Miss Valerie. What other talents?
You'll see. If you play your cards right.
She stretches, then pushes herself to her feet.
I'd better be off. It's getting late.
What? You're leaving?
Don't sound so sad. You'll see me again.
I didn't mean it like that. She rips the drawing out of her book and hands it to me.
Here, you can keep it.
Thanks.
Don't miss me too much, okay? I'll see you later.
Like I said, I love her character. Awesome, awesome, awesome girl. I've never played her out before, but I'm not gonna do it this time because people have talked me into the cowrie route already. She waves and winks at me. Bye. I watch her go holding the signed drawing in my hand. Maybe she'll become famous someday, and I will have a piece of her artwork. I'm in a happier mood when I arrive home. Okay, so guys, we're hitting that point in the episode where I'm going to have to call it off now. So, as usual, if you like what you see, if you like the content I'm providing, please like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions to make or just any comments to make in general, please leave them in the comment section down below. And I'm going to save right now, right here. And we will continue next time here when we get home. So, yeah. Bye-bye, everyone, and thank you for joining me.